Alright, so we have Julia Avila versus Julia Stoliarenko. So, Battle of the Julias, I guess. And for Stoliarenko, might just call her Stoli from now on, just for convenience sake. On the feet, she looks to throw a high kick, probably one of her favourite strikes. Doesn't have too much of a stand-up game. Likes the high kick, likes to close distance, get into the clinch. A bit of a brawler. But, Avila, she'll engage in that brawl. And Stoliarenko, she will close the distance quite recklessly. Hands low, head not moving. She can get caught in range. And Julia Avila, she's got a bit of power. She does stand very tall with her chin in the air, but usually it doesn't burn her too much because she just has more firepower than her opponent, and she's just much more aggressive than her opponent generally. So, those flurries in the pocket when she's exchanging, her opponent's coming off second best. And yeah, she likes that 1-2 flurry, the 2-3 flurry, she doesn't mind exchanging in a brawl in the pocket. And for Stoliarenko, her takedowns aren't very good, but she will just kind of jump guard very often and, try and get the fight to the mat. She doesn't really go for too many takedowns, really. She kind of just jumps guard, jumps armbar, flying armbars. She has a really nice armbar from bottom. That's got to be her signature move for sure. I think nearly all of her wins are by armbar. How these guys win fights, so for Julia Avila, she's aggressive. How these guys lose fights for Julia Avila, she's got subpar takedown defense. I think it needs a bit of work. How Stoliarenko loses is that she has poor strike and defense. And path to victory for these two, so for Stoliarenko, I guess, pull guard and go for the armbar. I mean, 8 of her 9 wins are via armbar, so obviously, try and lock that armbar up on her. And for Avila, look to keep it on the feet and don't engage on the ground. Just look to stand her up if you do knock her down, and look to just finish her on the feet. How I see the fight going. So if this fight stays standing, I think Julia Avila beats her up quite badly. But, I can't trust anyone that is this green in their career to exercise that path of least resistance. And we saw most recently in the Jamal Hill fight, obviously you don't want to go to the ground with Paul Craig, especially when he pulls guard. You just want to disengage and go back to the feet. But, Jamal Hill obliged on the ground and, paid the price for it. So it's hard to trust these guys, especially when you're paying a lot of juice, to not, make a mistake on the mat. They're very green, and all it takes is one mistake and, your arm's snapped, your arm's dislocated. And she probably will engage Stoliarenko on the mat, which opens the door for Stoliarenko to get into the fight and, work her ground game. I love the aggression that Julia Avila brings to the cage, and I believe she does win by TKO, but I can't really trust anybody at this price in a low-level women's MMA fight. Avila, she's a very fun fighter to watch, really aggressive, I love it, but she's not going to be champion anytime soon. She's got some, big holes in her game. But she is super fun to watch and can, consistently put on fun fights. Just, put a striker in her bracket, just give her a low-level striker and, that would be really fun. But they keep giving her grapplers, so yeah. Alright, so let's have a look at the betting lines. Alright, so the prediction is Avila by decision. I think she wins around 75 to 80% of the time. I think that's on paper how it should play out, but, low-level women's MMA, there's no chance I'm betting someone at this level, at this price. So definitely wouldn't parlay Julia Avila. Looks like a lock, but, so much brain farts and so much bad fight IQ and so much just randomness happens at this level of women's MMA, so just definitely wouldn't do that. Maybe even if Stoliarenko hit $5 or plus 400, then maybe I'd even bet that. Because, it's just super low level. And $5 at this level is just crazy. Because Avila's not going to be a champ anytime soon. So you're betting on someone who's probably not a top 15 fighter to smash another not top 15 fighter at this level of women's MMA. So, it's just not really a good long-term play, but also she could definitely even lose here. I could just absolutely see her getting caught in an armbar. So it is what it is, but definitely wouldn't play Julia Avila.